back again with this fucking real talk, analyzation, contemplate, imagination. You know, coming to think about it, what is this about? you know, um, a teacher told me, a spiritual teacher taught me that when you hear words like nuclear, it's a code for extraterrestrials, right? And if you hear words like climate change, it's a code for Nibiru approaching. How do you know Nibiru is already here? You know, times when it's supposed not to be cold, it's cold. In times when it's not supposed to be hot, it's hot. That's an indication that Nibiru is in our atmosphere. Okay? So you see what's happening around you? It's not domesticated. Our problems on the earth is not domestic. It's celestial. You heard the term as above, so below. In my contemplation, I realized humans aren't that old, you know? And if you watch around you globally, you see evidence of ancient ruins, you know? And if you think about how long humanity has been on the earth compared to them ancient ruins, then there's a little, you know, confusion is here or there. Like you get to ask yourself, who built this? You know? But apparently our school systems is not designed to teach you about these subjects, because these subjects are subjects that is hidden from the public view. Okay, you can't find them in the school curriculum and all of that. So when you do your own personal internal research, you realize that humans are not the only ones on the planet. It takes me back to Nas's rhymes in Sabali, Patience, right? Where he goes like, who wrote the Bible? Who wrote the Quran? It wasn't a light in the skies that came to earth, or some, and then dinosaurs were born. I don't really know what a particular words in that lyrics is, but wasn't a light in the skies that came, dinosaurs were born. That tells you something, okay? Because if you watch the whole creation, it's marvelous. It's astonishing. It's unexplainable, And if you read about the Anunnakis and all of that, for me personally, nothing makes sense anymore. You know what I mean? Because it tells you the Anunnakis were facing extinction in their home planet. And then Alalu, the chief ruler of that planet, Nibiru, escaped with a spaceship and found refuge on the earth. So when he came to the earth, they landed in the Gulf, the Persian Gulf. Okay, and then what? Alalu realized the earth possesses gold, and this gold can help them repair their destroying home planet. Okay, so in no time, Enki and Enlil and others also came. Okay, so they found gold and they have to mine gold and transport them back to their home planet. So space ports were built around the Gulf. This are facts. These are facts. It's evident as well. If you travel to these places, you will see him. You will see him. It's there. You know. So, coming to think about it, the Anunnaki story doesn't make sense to me because 1 minute it says um, Anunnakis engineered human beings. Okay, so when they came on the earth, wasn't there no human beings on the earth? Or they were already primitive people living on the earth? It don't make sense. Okay, fast forward what happened. They found gold, and then they have to transport them back to the home planet. Okay, so there was misunderstanding here and there because the hierarchies of the clan didn't want to go down the mines and do the mining themselves, so they have to create primitive, entities to work the mines. So this came with the emanation of the human being. That's how the human being came according to some of these ancient writings. You know what I mean? So, what happened in the home planet? The home planet, the Anunnakis, isn't here on Earth. It's on Nibiru. Way, 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 way far from the Earth, right? So, according to these teachers, these Anunnakis engineered human being, splicing the DNAs of animals and also DNA from them own cells, and then they use that to genetically engineer the human kind. Okay. So if these gods or these celestial beings engineer the human beings, then where is the problems of the human race comes from? Because what I realize is that after all, heaven or wherever that isn't all holy. You know what I mean? First of all, we don't know what happened that the home planet of the Anunnakis got destroyed. If you watch the Superman movie, it's the same thing. Superman was from Krypton. That's the name of the planet. Some people develop higher science trying to play with some chemical agent here and there, and then the planet got destroyed. So what? The parents of Superman have to save the real natural born on that planet out of the planet, and he came to land on the earth. Okay, but when he came on the earth, because of his superhuman abilities, we perceived him as Superman. That's it. This kind of relates a little bit with the Anunnaki stories. I haven't delved too deep into it to make the connections, but you can see it's there. So, come to think about it, the human wars, because even within the Anunnakis hierarchy, according to the scriptures and the writings in the tablet, when Alalu came on the earth, the others followed. Okay, so when they came, the grandson of Alalu, which is Marduk, challenged the chief god, that is Anu, into a fight. about who's going to inherit the earth, or who's going to be the ruler of the earth. Okay, so these are highly celestial beings with all the glorious wisdom, yet they didn't have no understanding amongst them own selves. You know, now think about this. What I've realized in my incarnations is this. I've realized that anything, our bodies is like a memory bank. Okay, our bodies is like memory bank. You know, it stores and saves everything we do with our bodies. Anything you do with your body, it records it. You drink, you smoke, have sex, you steal, you lie, all of these things. Our body records it. Okay, and so when you give birth, a child can inherit that. When you do too much stuff, when you do too much bad stuff with your womb, your child is going to inherit that. You can't be a bad person expecting to give birth to good children. No, they will definitely inherit bits and pieces of you, because it's the same DNA. It's like you're making a photocopy. Okay, so when these gods engineered us, they put a part of themselves into us, and we came out as what we are today as human beings. Okay, and now look at human beings. Look all around us. Wars, chaos. You know, I'm not gonna sit out here and constantly blame white people, man. I mean, most of our faults, most of our situations, I mean, they also play part in it. But the black race has also been a part of it. You know what I mean? Because even amongst the black race, there's a whole lot of confusion amongst us, even before the white man came. You know, I was listening to this rabbi called Rabbi Amate in Ghana, who was explaining the 12 tribes and how they all related to us, the indigenous people. You know, how the Gans and the Adangbes came from the tribe of Gab and Dan. You know, when you combine these two words, you have the Gan and Adangbe. So this is where it is. And this rabbi was trying to explain something deep. You know what I mean? So when you watch or when you study this whole stuff, you see that the human problem is not domesticated. It's not from this planet. You know, so where these problems on this earth originated from? There's something you need to find out, because nothing makes sense anymore. Nothing really makes sense anymore. You know what I mean? Nothing really makes sense, because after the Anunnakis landed on the earth, there was confusion amongst them. So Enki, who was the brother of Enlil, was posted to South Africa to mine the gold from there. You know, and Enlil was the one who was the heir to the throne. Okay, so the human race grew enormously. You know, they were also given the ability to procreate, to create on their own and stuff like that. Remember in the Bible when God decreed the commandment, he told Adam that don't bite the apple. You know what I mean? He said what? When Adam bit the apple, they became like the gods. You know what I mean? So try to connect all these things. So what happened? Enlil and Enki had confusions amongst them. You know what I mean? Enlil wanted to destroy the humans. You know what I mean? But Enki wanted to save the humans. So what? The human extinction was planned, not from today, from time immemorial, But the ones that created or that engineered the human race, loved the creation. They started falling in love with their own creation. This also is in the Bible when the son the angels fell in love with the daughters of men, and they started to interbreed or interbred with them. But the Bible stories is not really pinpointing the real players in the game. Okay. So Enki wanted to save the human race, and Neil wanted to destroy the human race. You know what I mean? So this became fights, chaos here and there. But Enki represent intuition. Enki represent the intuition. All of these positive intuition that we have in our mind is coming from Enki. Because he told his brother that, nah, you cannot destroy them, because this was the perfect creation we have made so far. So Enki put a part of himself, which is the intuition, the God intuition, into us, so that we would know that we are just a reflection of them. So it is what it is. Coming to think about it, all of these problems on the earth, man, it's not domesticated. It's not from here. Even in the heavens, there are wars, man. Shit. When you read the Vedas, you see that the wars aren't limited to earth. Okay? When they say heavens, you get confused, because you've been brought up in a Christian way, and the Bible doctrines doesn't really paint clear pictures for you to see clear vision. Okay, so it leaves you in a whole lot of loopholes for you to find out yourself what really happened. You know what I mean? So I'm still a student. I'm still researching. I haven't understood the stories fully. I'm still trying to, wrap my head around it each and every time to see what really occurred, And how am I going to see that? We all have in us the DNA of the gods, unless you don't know. Those 13 strands of DNA, it's not from us. It's not from the earth. Even though we was created from the earth. Okay. But immortal science is going to tell you only have 2 DNA strands. Pure bullshit. You have 13 DNA strands. 13 from 13 bloodlines. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I'm researching, and you guys to research. You know what I mean? So when I see all of these problems happening around us, I see that, yeah, still they trying to destroy the human race. Those that didn't like the humans were created want to destroy the human race, and it's evident. You can see it all around us. All of these contrived events, you know what I mean? All of these wars, all of these stuff, they all contrived events, purposely planned, to kill and destroy every living entity on this planet. How you do the math? It's your boy Jupiter. You know me?